Hey bass family, welcome back to Sounds Like Ben. It is February 2020 and today we are looking at basses worth waiting for. So there are a bunch of new basses that debuted at the 2020 NAMM show that will be arriving later this spring. And if you're in the market for something like them, you might want to wait until they come out. All right, first let's start with the more traditional basses. These are your P's and J's and whatnots. So for starters, Schecter is coming out with a P5. This is a straight up passive P5. They are alder body, maple neck. You can get an ebony or maple fingerboard. What I loved about these basses at the show is the neck shape. I mean, the neck shape on pretty much every Schecter I love, but just a great bass if you're looking for just traditional P, but in a 5-string. Check it out. Also coming out this year are a slew of new basses from Ashdown Engineering. Now this is their first step into the bass world, and they're working with Dan Lakin to make the basses. Among the variety of new basses they have coming out is one particularly interesting called the Low Rider, which is kind of your Thunderbird style bass with the two massive dual coil pickups. Now the last one I want to talk about in this category is the new V5 series coming out from Sire. As you'd imagine, these will sit between the V3s and the V7s. They are passive instruments. What has me particularly excited about these is it looks like they're addressing some of the comments that I've made and other reviewers have made that, you know, fantastic preamp, fantastic build quality. They're a bit heavy, right? And they're looking for something with kind of a, let's say, a livelier wood sound. So you've got the roasted maple neck here, a little bit lighter weight woods, and in a passive bass again. Now moving completely to a different angle, you've also got a bunch of more modern instruments coming out, some multi-scale and headless instruments. So you may have seen Ibanez has launched their EHB series. That's an extended headless bass. Maybe that's electric headless bass, something like that. They're headless. They have both straight fret and multi-scale models. I spent a good deal of time playing these at the show, and what really excited me about them was the neck profile. It's been a while since Ibanez has released something, you know, with such a kind of shallow, I think they start at 19 millimeters around the first fret. So that's more akin to kind of the old sound gear basses, or maybe some of the very high-end instruments, you know, they're like custom made in Japan models. Speaking of multi-scale, Warwick has come out with the Corvette multi-scale bass. So if you are a Warwick loyalist and you want to try a multi-scale instrument, now is your chance. Just wait a little bit longer and it should be out this spring. And then Sire, again with one of their many releases, they've come out with a 6-string bass, the M7 6-string model. This will be the first 6-string produced by them, and it's going to have an ash body and a maple fingerboard and 18 millimeter spacing, if I remember. A lot of people like that. All right, now going in, I thought that NAMM was really going to be all about the kind of headless and multi-scale, but what really was going on in the bass world there was an absolute explosion of short scale basses. If you are thinking about getting a short scale bass, there are excellent basses out there right now, but there are a ton more that are coming onto the market. You're just going to have so much choice. First up in the short scale basses, you have Nordstrand coming in with the Acinonyx bass. They're going into production this spring. They're an updated version of the Goya Panther basses. Really cool feel, neat look and design, and electronic switching system. They're going to street for around $799. If you are a Schecter fan, as I am, I like their necks. They have the Banshee bass coming out. I think that's going to be out later this month and street at around $699. Let's see. Sire again, they've another new bass from Sire. They've got the U5 series. These are passive short scale basses. They're PJ configuration. You can get them with kind of a plain top or with a flame maple top. Then you have Ashdown coming out with the Grail. The Grail is their jazz bass, available in regular and short scale, but just a really fine playing short scale bass. Holy moly, that's just some of the new short scale basses that were debuted this year at NAMM, but there's some that I'm very excited about. So if you're interested in basses like this, you might want to save your ducats for a few more weeks. If you want to get more videos of bass news, make sure you hit like and gently touch the subscribe button. All right, thanks for watching and take it easy.